I'll do the normal thing again. Right, click this button. All right, there we go. Chat, are you cute? Can you hear us? Us being plural, can my commentator say something so we all know that you could get heard?
Apparently both impromptu and planned at the same time.
Yeah! It is us, and for now, we will do a Mega Man run. No, anyway. The whole reason we're normally on this channel is just to do Mega Man runs.
We normally also just shit talk Dave.
Yeah, we always do that, yeah.
2 hours.
We can hear you? Awesome. So, this is Breath of Fire 1. This is not Plague Knight. This is not jumping through the skies and like timing jumps perfectly and all this other stuff. This has tighter movement. It's an RPG with tighter movement than Plague Knight I played yesterday. So, just as a brief thing before I start, I'll get into the run. Bird will have to take over commentary at the start because there's a lot going on at the very, very beginning. But basically what I'll be doing is playing an RPG with a password system, and it puts me outside the last town. And the things I just want to go over very quickly is it's overworld movement, so one push goes left, one push goes right, and so forth. I'll get into that in a second with DJ%. There is a menu, and you can go into menus, and you can exit menus. And if you guys listen very carefully, there's a B noise for every time I have to exit it. If I were to go to the same menu and push select instead of B, it nicely goes out. Doing menus fast is the whole reason this game goes well. And on the any percent side of things, I am 23 minutes slower than world record. I have basically the same fights as the world record for the most part. It's just menuing. So I had to do things extremely quickly, extremely optimal. But as for DJ% run, if I reset the game here, I'm playing on the Switch. Honestly, it feels great. It's just be able to rewind time whenever you want and practice things over and over again. Basically, this is now Fetch Quest the RPG, and we are both doing fishing runs, technically. So
we technically are both doing fishing runs, yes. Yeah. And it was a bit of a shock when I saw Shauny fish in this game, and I was like, oh, that's it?
Yeah. So I will be very quiet at the start, and Bird can kind of go. I gave him my notes for how things go. Until like 4 minutes in, it looks like 5.5 minutes in is when I'll probably be able to coherently talk out of a 55-minute-ish run, and it's our estimate, I believe. But timing starts also when I click A on this screen, David. You'll hear the input, and you'll see the screen fade. Timing ends on the final bit of health disappearing on the end boss. So, oh hey, Retro Island Gaming.
Thank you for the raid.
Yeah. So that being said, do you want to cut me down? Because then I can start.
Talking to me or Dave?
You.
Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Alrighty, so this is DJ%. Essentially, it's a password system that was discovered a few years ago to essentially start from certain points in the game. And DJ is referencing Street Fighter. There's a Chun-Li password, there's a Ken password, and it's not as simple as just entering those passwords. You have to enter in a little combination cheat code before entering that name. So here it puts Johnny outside the last town. There are a few things he needs to do before he can get into the end game. All his characters, I believe, are at 29, but they all have starting equipment. So he has to essentially catch up in equipment and skills, specifically with Ryu. He doesn't care about the rest of the characters. He just needs Ryu's armors that he gets through fishing and defeating these dragons to get the dragon transformations.
Yeah.
So that's essentially what he's going to be doing. He also has to do a couple of steps to fix the little elevator at the start. He had to examine it, find out that it's broken, come here, and essentially get
fishing
parts.
Rod.
Oh, this is where he gets the fishing rod.
Yeah.
At a certain point, he's going to be getting parts for the elevator, and he's going to find a drunk man to fix it.
No, he's tired in this version. It's been censored. He clearly is like drunk in.
You literally told me yesterday he was drunk. I'm
Yeah.
going off of what you told me. Because only one of us has played this game before.
That's fair. So we go to Aurea here in the town of Gold. I have to sell my antidotes and buy 12 marble ones and 3 worms. This is the second or first of 2 shopping trips in this entire game. So everyone will, and also Bird gets to experience the sound of shopping, which sucks in this game.
And what Shauny's going to be doing here is a little bit of also menuing, moving a couple items around so that they can be in certain spots for later, so it's easier for him to access them. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but at the end of the game, there is a little bit of a soft lock opportunity. If a certain item is in certain spots that he needs to use, it could ruin the game at the very end. Breathalyzer of fire. I like that.
Okay, so now we have to... nope. Wrong button. I want R. There we go. Because I have to go fishing now. And so there's wells.
Each character has an overworld ability. This character, Nina, can fly across the map. Certain times, Shauny was discussing with me that some of them... Sometimes it's easier to just warp. Quicker to just warp to a town as opposed to flying. Sometimes it's quicker to fly to the town than to warp.
Mm-hmm.
Now here's the fishing. He just literally clicked the menu button and he got some armor.
Yep.
Very different from the next game.
Yeah. You actually have to put technique into it. I actually did a full run of this actually on David's channel when I was learning it. This is my project speedrun right now. This is the primary one I'm doing. A run takes longer than David actually streams the entire attempt of failing at Battle Kid. Until he succeeds, I have to say it that way, because technically all the streams have always technically gone down that way. But my time right now is just slightly above 5 hours and 30 minutes. So I gotta get the parts before I leave as well here. Oh, so ignore Dr. Wily in the middle of the town. He just stands there menacingly.
After this run, Shauny is going to have more runs completed on this channel than Dave has that in a week.
Yeah. So we're going to get the parts from this guy. Apparently he climbed the tower and stole the parts, and that's the reason he owns them. I don't know why, but whatever. So we're going to...
He just likes riding elevators. He's one of those kids.
Yep. So fly to the coast, fly up. We'll get to this one here. Once again, switch right. It's a shame that we can't just use whoever's abilities here. So I have to switch again and I'll be flying again.
And these armors aren't just to increase Ryu's strats, they are needed for him to access the dragon shrines, to do the little dragon boss fights, to gain the dragon abilities.
Nope.
The transformations.
Not on the well. Yeah, and also this run is so fixed in RNG. It's kind of silly. So now I can fly this, and we can go southeast. So we'll go to here.
So when he's fighting with Ryu in a little bit, damage rolls are important, but later on, damage does become more fixed. At least on Shauny's side. On the boss's side, there will be some damage rolls and damage RNG, depending on which abilities they use. But on Shauny's end, at a certain point, his damage will just be fixed.
Yeah.
And it'll be just a matter of number of turns before he completes the game.
Yeah, so hopefully this will go well. This is... Oh, I've done that one. Equip all the dragon gear. Yeah. Okay, cool.
So this is the first of two
3 of them. And we did get a crit, so that's nice. So
yes, he wants crits to do more damage, but he wants low damage rolls, because the damage rolls both apply to both your party and the enemy's party. So if you do a low damage roll, the enemy will also have a low damage roll, meaning he'll heal less. But getting a crit negates that. It doesn't matter. It won't affect the enemy's damage.
Yeah. The way it works is this game actually, every single frame has a new frame roll for damage. So since we use things like Fry, which does always 80 damage, or the E key, which does 30 damage, and so forth, playing through the actual any percent run, this is actually like really nice when you get low rolls, because you don't actually have to worry about... And also, I hate this part, so I'm just going to talk over this entire segment, because I don't like going back and forth and getting the Iron Claw, but sure.
RPG fetch quest padding.
Yeah, this is actually something needed for the end of the game, but you can do it early technically, and we happen to be near the first shrine, which happens to be near this. And I call them otakus. That's also Steve the goat, not the person, but the goat. I had to get a list of weapons.
The goat. He's the goat.
Yeah. So their houses are messes, and they only care about weapons between both of them, and they want to compare notes. So, hello, Steve. I hit you by accident. That's my bad. So we're just going to go back and forth and basically play, like, letter chess or mail chess with them. But they're just going comparing their stuff back and forth.
Technically, Nina's carrying, like, 8 different people on her back. Couldn't she just fly one of them across this ocean?
Yeah, but we have to get the what's it first. What's it? I don't know how they truncate so many different things in this game.
This is a Wooly translated game for those.
Yes. Okay, this is obviously a Capcom franchise thing. The first game was actually published by Square and translated by Square or SquareSoft at the time. So you get Ted Woolsey as a translator, which is a very weird thing. Hello, Steve the Goat. Now we have to take the letter back. And this is honestly just the most annoying part of the actual run for me. Like, even in the speedrun, we're about to go kill the goddess, and, you know, it's like, oh, so what do we do? Oh, we fly back and forth for like a minute and a half. Like, oh, okay.
You're never too old for hobbies and love.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if these two characters are falling in love or not. It's just my little head based on what I saw yesterday.
Honestly, like they like each other's like weapons and whatever. It's like, oh, I have this thing. This guy can examine it. And it's like, oh, it's not a weapon. It's an iron claw to digging through. It's an ancient mole tool. Mole people. Sorry, we'll get into the mole people later. So now we're gonna fly west again.
There is a mole person party member.
Yeah. Who is useless in the casual run until you raise him up actually quite a bit. So technically I should have warped there, but like I forgot, so I flew. That's the short distance of flying. Other cases I have to fly across the entire world according to the old notes, and that's dumb. Like, it's as fast as the warp to towns. So this guy apparently is tired. So I'll wake him up, kicks him out of bed. The Japanese, I'm pretty sure, have it as him being like hungover, but he's not completely awake, so he's not completely sober, and he'll fix the parts for us. It do. So then we're going to... I'm going to reorganize my items in a sec here, because I have to make some space for some things when we buy stuff. I have to get to... I guess the menuing can be done when I get in front of the next shrine. So I did one fight already. I'll be doing a second fight. This is the second dragon shrine. So we'll go over here. We have to put Rai to the front so he can access it, and then after that we will start shoving a few things down here. You go there. You go there. I think it's 5 I needed in total. So let's quickly grab a couple. And just to play it safe. There. So marble ones are fun.
Those are essentially if you've ever played Pokemon, the repels of the game.
No, marble 3s are them. Marble 1s are critical hits.
Oh! Okay. Forgive me, chat. I haven't played this game.
Oh, you theoretically have. You have a story about this while I fight.
That's true. Let me just save it real quick.
So every time I use a marble 1, it will be a critical guaranteed hit, which is why I don't care so much about damage rolls. Yeah, marble 2. Marble 2 is a single item in the game, which we sell for 5,000, so we can buy more marble 1s that have the exact same purpose. It's great.
So I did just mention that I've never played this game. Technically, I may have. As a kid, I was like 5 years old, and I remember going to the video store to rent a game. And I thought I was renting Goof Troop. I remember specifically Goof Troop. I went home, and it was not Goof Troop. And it was some game with this blue-haired character, and everything was on fire, and there was reading involved. and I didn't know what was going on. So we ended up returning it back after a few days, whatever. And years later, I saw the intro to Breath of Fire 1. And I was like, oh, this is that game.
Also, put in perspective, I am plus 5.1 seconds. I am now going to kill any chance of PB. Because I have to go back to scanned, and I have to... I'm going to pick up an item for marathon safety. So we're just going to fly southwest here.
Reading definitely did not happen at the video store either. So there was many instances where reading failed.
So we're going to go here. We're going to put M.O.O.S.E in front. This is the one of two holes will be... This is marathon safety. You don't need to do this during PB attempts. But it also prevents me dying later, so I kind of appreciate that.
Prevents one-hit kills.
Yeah, there's one spell that one boss can use, and just it makes things nice and clean, essentially. So we're going to go here. We now have the fixed elevator parts, so we can go up this wonderful elevator of Mode 7. So yeah, if you have anything you want to say, it's going to be a while. So
there is an alternate strat that Shauny mentioned to me where in the main run, they get something called an Earth Shield, which absorbs all magic attacks, which makes some fights trivial, but you can still get hit by that one-hit KO.
No, it's Earth Robe. You can have the shield and that, so you can make it completely trivial for the rest of the thing. But to get that Karn, a character who fuses with other characters, you have to get his abilities, which is more digging and flying. And then it may not be worth the actual time to get because it's one cure menu versus doing this. So, because we get this. This is not Jade. We're going to also exit because I always try to walk out of here. Otherwise, I have to go down the elevator again. It's very slow.
Quote unquote, not Jade.
Yeah. According to the notes. So I am going to deviate slightly because I forgot about this. And we're going to go to Grammar. So we're going to actually go get the Iron Claw education for Mogu. Because I don't actually have in the notes when to go there. So theoretically, if I'm warping from one place to another, this is as good as ever. So I need to be in Drogon to do shopping and also flying out. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I have to actually beat Zog first. That's why it's not written in the notes. Never mind. I'm great. I know. Okay, this is all to hell. Whatever.
We're going off script, everybody.
Yeah. I was trying to do rewriting in my head. I'm like, oh yeah, I have the iron. This is what happens when you do any person DJ. You have things which are out of order. You only get the Iron Claw mini quest after the Elder is there. So now I have to buy more Marble 3s now.
So just some brief lore. If you see a character that has blue hair, they're part of the Dragon Clan thing, and they have dragon blood or something in them. So whenever you're at an anime convention or any kind of convention you see people with blue hair, just know that they're part dragon.
Yeah, except for the one in the bottom left. Technically not dragon, but technically is dragon person. So, whatever.
All the same thing.
Pretty much. So now we have to go to the third shrine here, so we're going northwest. Also, there was no chance of me PBing. I don't mean to be like bleak or anything. The second I grabbed the shield from the digging spot to the bottom right of the scan town, it's impossible for me to actually win in PB, because I actually did my PB without getting that. So in this run, once I get Agni, it's nigh impossible for me to...
And Agni is the final transformation.
Yeah.
The final dragon transformation.
So I bought 4 cures. I probably will pick up a 5th. If this guy doesn't crit twice, I'm good. Otherwise, I'm just using the last of these 5 marble 1s. So, boop. There is element weakness stuff in this game. It's not really too interesting. There's only one instance in the speedrun where you actually use an ice dragon. Everything else is just thunder, and this is the only fire instance. No, it's one of 2 fire instances that you use. So as long as he doesn't crit next turn, I'm okay. Dude. Well, we're gonna bank on him not killing me.
Let's go. We
Okay,
roll the dice.
we're fine. We're fine. It's very, very uncommon. I have lost runs to him double critting at the end, so I'm not gonna say it's impossible. So, we got the last set of dragons, but there's still one hidden one. In order to find it casually, you have to fish up a tablet in a well that gives you like a prophecy on where to find it and how to get it. It's just whatever. But now that I beat all the small dragons, I will do this before I forget and equip the Star Shield. And we'll organize this, and that goes there, that goes there, that goes there, here, and that goes off the second slot because that's a soft lock slot.
In 1,000 years, whatever's left of society, people will be fishing out iPads out of wells for secrets about the world.
Bleak, but I approve. So here's where Marble 3s kind of come in handy. They're like Bird said, they're basically repels. So you'll actually never see a random battle in this particular run. And the only time we actually fight random battles in the actual speedrun is for more or less death warps and getting our first level.
And
everything else in this
Shauny,
game is routed to like bosses experience only.
When Shauny enters a room, the first 7 steps, there cannot be an encounter. So when he runs out of a Marble 3, he can just walk 7 steps and then use it if he just entered a room.
Yeah. But I don't want to have that menu pop up, so it's better to... the item names are dumb. Don't worry about that. But if the Marble 3 would wear off, it's like, oh, the repels wore off. It's a useless text box that just costs time. So, don't want to see it. Oh, so I want to switch Ryu to the front again. I forgot to do that.
Thank you, Visual. That was my concern. Literally, at the start of this run, I confused Marble 1, 2, and 3 because I wasn't aware there was 3 different ones.
Oh, don't worry. The best description is still the vitamin. Like, you know what? It's obviously what this thing does. It's like, okay, game.
I want to see that on an actual label.
Yeah, no, I can show it off. It sort of reminds me. DJ has got Agni, the ultimate power. Thank you.
My bad.
Yeah. So what's happening there? Actually, if you push down to right 3 or R3. Thank you.
Yo.
So we're gonna warp to Toonland now.
I'm watching off of the Switch through Toonland mode so I can hear audio and see it in real time.
Yes. So his screen was dimming, so he pushed the right stick, which then caused that. So now we're back in Toonland. We are going to get... Chat, please determine what this is. Is it Dragon Hurt or Dragon Heart? HRT. D.HRT.
I was on Dragon Heart side when you first showed it to me, but then hearing what it actually does makes me feel like it's Dragon Hurt.
Yeah, so I don't quite know. Oh, so DJ is disturbed. Oh, so I appreciate applause whenever. If you ever want to like just activate the thing and just do more. There, thank you.
Sometimes you need that in life.
Yeah, just a little round of applause. Yeah. Yay for the Switch.
Hort. I like Hort. Dragon Hort.
Yeah. So fly southwest again. There's all the stuff we've skipped over because we entered a password and just kind of entered the end game. So we're going to show the pass again. These guys are doing their job. They are actually looking for the pass. If you deposit the pass, thank you, you don't actually get through. So, good for them.
We're going to watch the elevator again.
Yep.
Shout out to M.O.O.S.E.
Yep. We say that because, like, this game is obviously done heavily in M.O.O.S.E, but there's the M.O.O.S.E background. This is when Capcom was learning how to do things. And the difference between Breath of Fire 1 and Breath of Fire 2 as graphical games, not translation, because that was Capcom's own effort, and that shows. It really shows. You have, like... It's jarring to see how impressive a 1-year development cycle is different. There's also no encounters on this first floor.
Do you know off the top of your head when this game came out? What year?
1994.
Oh, okay.
So it's still relatively early into the Super Nintendo cycle. But like...
After they stopped making Mega Mans on the NES.
Pretty much.
Deep into the Super Nintendo life cycle. Everything comes back to Mega Man with us.
Oh yeah. So a few extra steps there. So we're going to go fight Zog. We got the dragon Hort, whatever you want to call it. Bort, I guess. Who knows? Hey, my son's name is also Bort. And basically, we're supposed to use it on this boss. I don't want to. Like, at all. Because it's actually really useful later. And it's really brutal later.
It's a double-edged sword, essentially. It hurts the boss, but because Ryu is also a dragon, it'll put him down to 1 HP.
Yeah.
And it can cause you to die, essentially.
Yeah, and if you use it as a dragon, you basically void your dragon transformation, or Ryu just takes all damage except for one, and then he tends to die from a spell anyway. For marathon safety, I will actually grab this, because hey, I already took a detour, so why not kill a run further? Normally you don't have to. If you end up using a cure during the third Dragon Shrine fight, it's better overall to just grab that, just so you have 4, because without the Earth Robe and without absorbing magic, there is some danger. Honestly, it's just on Jade. Jade is the entire reason this game sucks for a speedrun. Casually, if you don't have the Earth Robe. So like this is Zog, and you're not going to be able to guess what he looks like when he transforms. So... yep, he's this giant purple dragon. You know, he's a giant purple people eater, thinking of it.
So this is Agni. This is the first time we're seeing him.
It takes 60 AP to use, and if you ever thought Kaiser or any other dragons in the Breath of Fire series is broken, you've not seen Agni. I'm just going to put the control down now. Have some tea.
You're essentially just going to use auto battle because it's quicker than selecting the attack and selecting the opponent over and over again.
Yep.
But he can just cancel it when he needs to heal if he needs to.
Yep. If my HP and if it goes down to 200. Oh, so look at the health bar go down, right? Like, I'm doing so good. It sure would be a shame if certain bosses had 2 health bars. One was secret.
Yes. So he has 2 different health bars. The first one is 6,000 HP, and then the second one is 10,000 HP. And during that second health bar, it's not going to show the HP going down, and he also has increased stats across the board. So he becomes harder, and he has more HP.
And you don't know where the endpoint is. There's no more health bar to prove where, like, oh no, he's fine. Now he has 10,000 more health. So I'll go auto battle again, because after that message pops up, crack my knuckles like David. Should have muted Bird while doing that. Because of this, he is theoretically stronger for longer. And no, I disagree. I like the idea of trying to run down a tunnel and you can't see the exit. What's your pace? When you're first playing through this game and they're stronger for a lot longer, it's really fun. And I wish more games would have it. I don't think it did it well. It's good on paper. So, the sprites in this game are great. Agni is a culmination of all the party members fused together. So you have like Nina's wings and...
That's how I'm understanding it.
Pretty much. It's there is a legend in this game. I can go over a little bit more of the actual lore. Pick up the control. So this attack here, 130, slightly dangerous. Once I get to 200, that's the reason I want to use Cure. So we're just gonna... Slams don't matter. There you go. Congrats, he's dead. Thank you. Very appropriate applause.
So the way I understand this game with my dumb Final Fantasy brain is Zog is kind of like the Golbez of the game.
Yeah.
Where he's like the main villain throughout it, but then once he's defeated, we gotta go fight the real villain.
Yeah, and here at this point, there will be a cutscene for a while. I hold down mash A. Once I see mole people pop up, I will. It is people, not person. I hold up and mash A. And then we're going to go to Agua. And this is where I should have gone to grammar, so I didn't have it in the notes. Whatever. Compared to, like, this game is so scripted. Once I get Agni, I know I'm not going to PB based off whatever. I can't save time. It's impossible. The only time I can save is if I don't pick up the shield, which killed the PB attempt automatically. Or if I got perfect RNG of them only attacking and not using spells. But you can't depend on that.
And yesterday you had briefly mentioned that there is a possibility that the English version might be quicker because there's less text boxes?
Not less text boxes, less text in the text boxes.
Okay. Because the Japanese version has a lot more characters in the text boxes. They kind of like trim down the story and the dialogue in the American version.
Yeah. So I'm just holding down, mashing A. Sarah, without a H, and not Jade, revealed to be Jade, are going to go wake up, thank you, the goddess of destruction. So here's mole people. See? It's a delicious burger. Don't worry about it.
He represents all of mole society.
Yeah.
He is mole people.
So we're just going to... This is the Master Digger. And he wants concentration. And we just told them, hey, we just killed the Emperor and you guys don't have to be enslaved to the Empire anymore. And they're like, oh, that's cool. We're just going to leave anyway.
His drill will pierce through the heavens.
Yeah. Digger with a D.
I'll call him Simon.
So now here's Talkative Guy. So, huzzah. So we're just going to leave now. There's some weird enemy names in this game. Thankfully, there's nothing too outrageous, but the guy in the third-party slot did have his skin color changed because he looked very traditionally racially offensive.
If you've ever seen how certain characters are portrayed in Akira Toriyama's art style, in Dragon Ball, that's what we're referring to.
Yeah, it does not look good. So he's now just kind of like a white guy with brown hair versus, oh boy. I sent images to Bird yesterday of what he looked like initially. Like, this is like the one big change when they brought over the game. Because he's commenting, he's like, why does Karn just look like, you know, a generic guy? So we're going to switch to Mogu here. You found the Iron Claw. I'm going to destroy this dude's stool. I'm sitting on his kitchen stool learning how to dig. Yeah, pretty much. If you look up KARN and Breath of Fire 1 wiki, it'll come up and it'll see some interesting old images of him, and you can see what the portrait used to look like. And Capcom and Square, when publishing, they're like, you know what? How about we don't? No, there's some random slurs as enemy names, so that's something.
There's one in the credits, but they don't show the name of the enemy.
Actually, it's the best one to death warp with when you are in a certain area. We're gonna warp to Romero. This is the longest flight in the game. The original guide has flying there. You're literally flying across 3/4 of the map. Or I can just warp here. I don't know why everyone was flying before I rewrote these notes. It's also nighttime, so all the NPCs are gone.
There is a day and night cycle in this game that doesn't really affect this run, but it does for the any percent run.
Yeah. So we're going to switch Karn to the frontier. There's no encounters at the first part. And now we're just going to go all the way up to the top of the tower, which we beat... Aqua would be 50 minutes into the speed run casually. Or so.
Those rules regarding alcohol and religious items was Nintendo though, right? It wasn't really a Capcom or Square.
No, it was more Nintendo. They wanted to be family friendly because I also have to use a Marble 3 before I fight. They wanted to be more family friendly. Thank you. You can just push the stick. You don't actually have to clap each time, but.
It was literally just to get the screen to not be dark anymore.
That's fair. So basically, when it comes down to like Nintendo's family-friendly thing, is they just went over the market share, and violence and stuff was still like, okay, it's okay to play Mario, but we don't want like kids ripping people's heads off like Mortal Kombat. So like, no, we're family-friendly. Oh, so that's a smiley face. Big dirt smiley face.
Shauny likes to see a lot of little different images within the sprite, the tiles in the maps.
Yeah. I think that was Sarah telling us she's going to destroy us, so sure. That's fine. Also, I just want to point out, this little animation thing behind him has a little green smiley face on it in the center planet. There's 2 dots and a smile. But also, it's a really good... it's a really good animation. If you actually look at it, it's all going behind each other. Like, just look at that. That's nice. That's good sprite work. I'll take a second to... Like, this game was really well done for the start of the SNES era of RPGs. Like, compare this to, like, Final Fantasy IV. Like, this is, to be honestly, a better game.
Excuse me.
Like, okay, the stripped-down North American version of 4 versus this.
I don't know. No, I've never played this, to be honest. I'm just talking smack. I do like Final Fantasy IV, but I like later iterations of it. I've never really played the Final Fantasy II SNES version.
Yeah, they stripped out a lot of things, made things easier in the Super Nintendo 4. This game is difficult. It's not that much of a grind, and they give you a way, like $9 a piece, to avoid enemies throughout the entire game, which Final Fantasy IV doesn't have. So... yeah, well, Rania, maybe you should pay attention to my chat more. I'll call you out.
Everybody's on my side, Shauny. I'm sorry.
Oh, don't worry. I'll still stand by it, and I'll get banned off the channel. Chrono Trigger is a mid-game, and so is Final Fantasy Tactics. Like, I'm more than happy to be like the person that everyone yells at.
Alrighty, we're gonna be starting fishing % on Breath of Fire.
For some reason, your commentator died. Yeah, okay, just as a thing, I don't like Earthbound, I don't like Chrono Trigger, I'm not a big fan of Final Fantasy IV. It's an okay game to me. Also, just as a point, just pointing out, I took some damage. Okay? Some.
Quote unquote, some.
Yeah. So... we have to wait for a second for her to get up and then touch the stairs. There we go. Oh, wait, I have one more thing I want to say. And then we fight. And this is where the Dragon Hurt kind of pans out. Is we are just going to use Dragon Hurt, attack, defend, and defend. And, oh look, we play this song. This is also a dragon, technically, that doesn't have a second health bar.
This is...
That's it?
Agua, correct? Agua?
Yeah, this is Agua. So that was the entire boss, which is why we held on to that instead of using against the dragon that can't really kill us. Fun fact, she's actually stronger. Like, a lot stronger. Oh no, like, I will still stand by it. Chrono Trigger is boring. I played through it recently. Eventually, it's just use lightning against thing weak against lightning. It ignores the entire creative battle system it has.
I've never played Final Fantasy Tactics or Chrono Trigger, but for Chrono Trigger, I listen to the soundtrack at work all the time.
Oh, it's a good soundtrack.
That's like the
absolutely
one
good.
thing that I've latched on to.
Chrono Cross is still a better game. Anyway, well, I'm just pissing off the chat for this run for no reason. You're gonna follow me as an act. This is great. People are ready to throw tomatoes, and you go on the stage, and people start throwing tomatoes. Anyway, so I will use this up here.
So this next section is a little maze that Shauny has memorized. When he walks over this block, it's going to turn invisible. There is an visible route that he could also take, but it's, I believe, 23 tiles longer. Yeah, 23 tiles longer.
Yeah.
So it's just better to do it this way. Granted, you have it memorized.
Yeah. 3, 5, up 8, right 7, and then down. And we'll use one here.
And Shauny didn't show it off, but if you took a couple extra steps, it would bring it up that the Marble 3 has run out, and that's just wasting a couple extra frames to take off the menu and then go into to put an extra one. It's not like the later Pokemon games that let you reapply as you walk.
Yeah. Yeah, which I really appreciate. Thank you for the clap. Honestly, this makes actually the Switch version a little bit better.
Don't throw your tomatoes at me, chat.
So, basically what's coming down to this is I bought a couple extra Marble 3s, so we're more than fine. And we just basically did the second last dungeon. Tears now awaken. There we go, there's a shaking happening. This game is a bit weird, because they made the tower rise up, and then after that, thank you, Jade, it's a great joke. We're going to wake up in the first town, and this is during the any% run is where we would get the Iron Claw. So, which is why I really hate this Iron Claw quest, and I got mixed up where I am, and I went off script for a second. And it's super simple, but we've been unconscious for 3 days. The treasure chest with $300 in it is still there. Man, come on, let's do a pyramid of tomatoes. Someone try to get a pyramid of tomatoes going if you're going to be angry.
So this is the starting town that is on fire that 5-year-old me was like, what is this? This isn't Goof Troop.
They're not funny, what the hell? To be fair, also, Goof Troop isn't very funny as a show. I'm not a big fan of Disney in general. Why am I here?
I have no real memory of the show, but I like the movie a lot.
The movie's good. The movie's really good, actually. It's very touching. That one out. Also, I can't not like it after all the times I've spammed as a Tower of Cheesa in your chat.
Oh, the cheese?
Yeah. Not hates everything, just hates most.
Well, he clearly likes Breath of Fire.
Yep.
What is that other RPG series? I can't remember.
So we're going to scan again, but we're flying to scan. We're stopping off here. It's very important you do not have Nina in front. Nina's very annoying.
If he has Nina in front, he will transform into the bird when trying to open the door. So where are we on the Lunar series?
Actually, I don't mind it. It's not a very good RPG, but it's very creative, and honestly, it's interesting enough to play. Final Fantasy VIII is the best triple triad game going, okay?
It's the triple triad game to Johnny. Everything else is just ignored.
So I have 123 AP with Ryu, so I can use Agni twice. Normally in a speedrun, it is 63 to 67 AP. So this is the weird category where I don't actually really have to pay attention too much to Ryu's AP. I do need to make sure I heal up my AP during the Crying Goddess fight, because if I were to do the second fight afterwards, I will get absolutely smothered. So, we go up here, right? We go up. It's down, then up. Then we take the bottom right one. Oh no, Final Fantasy, it's a fine game.
Well,
just don't do junction. No, just don't do the junctioning system. Just play cards and junction into magic, and it's actually kind of fine. The junctioning system is what makes it bad. Also, the storyline's a bit weird. Squall's dead, let's face it. You know, we should say this for your run, because we have nothing to talk about story-wise for your run.
I don't even know what's going on in the story in that game.
Ban that mod. Come at me, bro. Literally, that's my brother.
He's gonna walk over to your house and just unplug your Ethernet cable.
I'll upset Sarah right now, so I don't think he would. Yeah, actually, Breath of Fire is actually my favorite franchise in general. So, I will still stand by it. Capcom games are great to play. They cannot do stories. For whatever reason, they made a coherent story for the first 4 Breath of Fire games. I have never played 5, so I don't know where it fits in or whatever. But it's very weird. Oh, so this is Godai. Godai? Whatever. Goda. There you go. Sorry. I think I'm getting mixed up with that and Gobi. So we're going to use Agni, defend. And this is where this is a bathroom break battle if you want. Like, this guy is actually glitched. I'm not going to go use the bathroom, but this is the only attack he can do.
You know, you could give me control. Technically.
Oh, this is auto battle. Yeah. It's a random co-op run all of a sudden.
Give me control and I'll find a way to have this character die.
Challenge accepted. Let's go. Oh, actually, if I was actually going to kill my run, I should have went and grabbed the... Actually, I have a save state. I can show it off instead of showing the credits. I can show the Chun-Li cameo.
Oh, you have a save for that?
Yeah. I have one which is relatively close. It should be the second save state, if I remember correctly.
There are a few Capcom references within this game.
Yeah, just where the password is literally DJ.
The main character is DJ now.
True.
It's better than Fish.
Yeah. Fish, you mean? Everyone is Fish. The audience Fish.
Everyone is Fish. Heard you like Fish.
Actually, I'm kind of glad this whole, connected to the Switch thing works. Because I've been wanting to replay a couple games with a couple people, but, this is also really nice just because, you get to hear... there's, zero latency essentially on your side, comparatively even streaming through Discord.
I think me and Dave did it a few years back where we did the Kirby... the, little samurai minigame in one of the Kirby games that's supposed to be, precise with your button press. And it was pretty good. It didn't really feel like there was much latency at all.
So, as of right now, with my splits, I'm 15 out of 17, because I didn't bother to name them. I'm at... Okay, plus 120. So, we'll get some levels here, just because that's how it works.
Blue cheese leveled up.
Yep. So, I am now plus 126. So, even if I didn't get distracted and went the wrong way, I would honestly still lose out, because I grabbed the shield. Which I did already equip, but I have made back all of 10 seconds in the since the 19-minute mark when I got Agni. So putting it in perspective on how stupid this run is for being consistent, if at the 19-minute mark, I can say if I'm going to PB or not, essentially. Because at that point, I've done the battles, I've done the RNG, I've done whatever. It's just...
Do you top up, reuse AP after the fight? That's all I know on the notes. It says top up, reuse AP after fight.
As of Goda, I should have 60 left. It's after the Jade fight I need to top it up, because I need to have 2 usages of it.
Oh, okay.
So I'll have to use one more Marble 3 after this platform here, so I can check there. But it's...
And at one point you have to change the equipment, or you're good?
No, I've already did that one when I was landing. I had the Star Shield on already.
Oh, okay.
Star Shield is not as powerful. Well, let's use it. Okay, there's the text box. I was about to use it. So, push select. Ryu has... Yeah, he still has white, so it means he has at least 60. If it was not, it would be problematic. So, as a game, I know Jintatsu loves to play this one with Jade. If people want to guess what kind of fruits is involved in his design, please do. Jade is a very interesting boss battle design, which I don't really know what they were going for.
Honestly, don't remember.
he's the one that looks like a weird pile of fruits. So, Mash B here. That's too bad. We fight. So this is a weird one. So now we're going to defend. Yeah. So we have grapes there. We have salmon caviar. We kind of have a red fruit. Don't know quite what it is. He has a carrot nose. So he might be part snowman. Yeah, give me your best bets, because he has about 29,000 health in his first phase and 4,000 in the second phase.
Is that a nose or a leg?
I don't know. He might have 5 noses for all I know. I don't know. All I know is I'm just going to sit here and I need to heal. It's a death move, and that's why we picked up the shield. You dick. You carrot dick, even.
One would have been over.
No, it has like a 1/3 chance of hitting, but here's the big problem with it. I have one revival item for reviving Ryu to full, well, actually to be up and ready to fight again. I don't have that again. On like a normal run, I'd have about 3 to 4. So I can like revive and not do too badly. Everyone needs to be alive in order to use Agni, so I can't guarantee Shock would not kill someone else, and if that is the case, run's over. So, since this was a marathon run, it was better for me to grab the Star Shield because, yes, he's not overly strong, but he has one single attack he likes to use. It's like 1/16 of the time. It's a Thunderbolt. It does 400 damage. Theoretically, if he were to do them twice in a row, I would die. It's very unlikely, but it can happen. So he's being nice and doing these nice quick little attacks that don't really do much. It'll be 5 attacks after his HP bar goes down for the second wind. And then I'll heal probably around 500 HP, truthfully, just to make sure I'm... He has a couple spells that do like 140. If you have the Earth Robe, which Bird mentioned earlier, everything which is a magical spell will heal you instead, which makes it completely trivial. But since this is DJ% and there's a lot more complicated things at play, we technically don't get access to it. So I'm going to heal after this next attack, I think. Yes.
And this boss's first health bar is about 21,000, but his second one is only 3k.
Yeah. Or it's just slightly above, but it takes 4 attacks. So I'm going to heal now. So this is where we have the cure. So I was hoping he would actually do the thunder attack, but he's actually being very nice today. He's only doing the nice quick attacks, so I'm going to make up a little bit of time here. That's the slower attack. Less damage, slower. So you kind of want to have...
Caviar at you.
Pretty much. There's a Thunderbolt. Boop. Absolute jerk. So I'm not going to risk it too much. He'll die here, or next attack. Okay, Blizzard is fine. I'll be above 400. So he'll go into a second phase. I will heal. Again, just because like he can theoretically do that attack again.
Do bosses change their attacks after the first health bar?
They get more aggressive. I think it's still random. I don't 100% know on that. But on average, without the Earth Robe, you will heal twice. So healing after the second phase is more than fine. But again, he could have one-shot me at this point with the Thunder Spell. He's now going to go down at the next attack. So this is his final hit. So... Oh, one more. Oh, right, no, because, yeah, I stopped one before. So, now this is his death. Yeah. So, when that animation happens, David, is time end, and this is where I need to restore my AP here. So, we'll quickly open this up, use the Acorns and Ryu. We'll get 120, which is 2 Agnis, so we're fine. I kind of cut out the sound effects from the explosion there, actually, by doing the menuing.
Forgot to clap.
Yay! So Mogu's in lead, because sure.
He's the main character now.
Yeah. I can also show off a little glitch afterwards, too. Just because it's something that was discovered because of me. By proxy, I should say, on this one. But this fight in particular is very buggy. We're going to say no. Why do you have your sword out? Are you ready to fight? You have to use Agni to get the good ending. It's also quicker, so it kind of pans out. And we already get Agni.
Bullies this poor little girl.
Yeah. So this is where you would normally, in the speedrun, use an item to replenish your MP for the next phase. Otherwise, you'll die. So we'll just do auto battle. It'll initiate it. We still have enough again to do the thing. And now the glitched fight is potentially over. So I don't have to worry about where item placements are. It's very stupid.
Shauny showed me a little chart that shows exactly which ones are the places that could soft lock your game. Because Capcom coded this game correctly, apparently.
Only in that one fight, though. That's the fun part. So everyone would get to the end, and no one investigated why it was freezing randomly. And everyone just knew, like, oh, use it here and this and whatever. Thanks for the critical to start off the battle with, Tier. That's great.
And now this is the final boss. This final boss.
Look at that health bar just get demolished. I'm gonna win. No, that has less than 2,000 health in the first phase and like 31,000 or something for the second phase.
It's 31,000 in total.
Yeah.
1,945 for the first one, and then 29,055 for the second phase.
Yeah.
So you're doing the majority of this with the increased stats.
Yep. Which is, again, why I actually do like this. And when I played through this game casually last year, I tend to play Breath of Fire games Dragonless. I versed this boss Dragonless. It took me an hour and a half to kill. It was brutal. So I will heal around when I'm getting closer to the 300-ish mark and let her attack and then heal. So Big Crash, we will heal now because that's at 70. Yeah. So since Ryu is slower, it's not going to matter much, but I will use Cure. So I'll get hit first, fall below 300, heal, and then I can go back to doing auto battle again. This was possibly one of the hardest things I've done in video games, is versing the Gods of Destruction without dragons. Because there is no good healing items in this game. And the nice thing about this game as well is healing spells have priority over regular spells. So even the slowest character in the game can heal before getting hits. But yeah, this is basically the entire run. It should be possibly 2 minutes from now is time. There's no way in the world I'm going to beat my PB. So
get a good look at this boss and the previous boss and keep it in your mind for the next 15 minutes.
Yeah. And all the characters.
Yeah.
I'm still expecting an essay from David about X3 and what the actual lore is. Man, you could even just Google the speedrun notes, but you didn't. He just blindly went in.
Somebody mentioned he should have read off the instruction booklet, and that would have been cool.
That would have been better than just randomly jumping in and doing that. So we're going to use one more cure here. We're going to fall below, thank you. Doesn't matter, full health. And we're going to do basically auto battle. It roughly takes 2 cures to finish. So as of right now, my PB is over. So it's now plus. So again, if I'm very unlucky with spells and damage, I should be roughly 3. Is a game that features platforming? You're right.
Platforming and lemons.
Time is coming up shortly, David, for the record. So I'll probably have to do one more cure just because she's actually not doing the... She's doing quick attacks, but she's also doing the ones that do a little more damage.
I should have pulled out a calculator to tell you exactly where you're at.
Oh, no, it's fine. I can tell by my splits because it's going to be at plus 135-ish or so. And I'm at 42 seconds right now. So it's about 1 more minute till this battle's done. Because of the crits and because of marathon safety, I might heal one last time. But theoretically, if I were to go down to 200 HP each time, I should have only 2 cures. But yeah, we're going to heal. Because at this point, it's... She should be 1 or 2 attacks away, but so am I.
There are some Capcom-esque songs in this game. Like Ghouls and Ghosts, Super G&G kind of music as well.
Yeah.
Along with Aladdin.
Well, yeah, this is basically DJ%. It's turning a 6-hour speedrun, or 5.5-hour speedrun. There you go. Time 56 even. Yay. So instead of showing off the credits, I'll show off one or two things and we can get swapped out for Birds Run. This game is extremely scripted. Sorry, this battle is extremely scripted. So I could have potentially survived if I went down to like possible slam range and then healed up twice. And then I don't have to heal twice. But it's not that bad. But I'll take 56 minutes even. Like, this is still my project speedrun. Oh, so I don't need to watch this anymore.
Yes, this was very scripted. The next run is not scripted at all.
Yeah, we can do this one here. So just to show off Chung-Li, I'll have to actually exit this area. Yes, critical hits are slam, unless you're the fish guy. It's called continuous. It's very strange. We'll go to Bleak. This is the nice thing with the Switch as well, is I can just...
What's the fish guy's name?
Gobi. G-O-B-I.
Okay. Somebody knows the names of the characters in their game they play.
Yeah. So this is Bleak. It's a thief town. I don't know why Chung-Li is here. She's also in a room that doesn't have oxygen, but we'll get onto that in a sec. So, oh no, it's the guy in the bottom left. This is the actual story one you have to do. The bottom left town, or the top left one is the... So this guy's gonna do a magic trick. Yes. No.
I've played this game before.
Actually, okay, I have to say yes twice then. So it's yes, yes, no, no. You know what? Yeah, fine, I'll look behind me. There's Chung-Li.
Why does he have her locked up in a dungeon?
I don't know, but it's like, you can't get to that. Yeah, I know, but...
It needs to be reported.
Yeah, so he's gone now.
He's gone.
Yeah.
He evaded police.
Also,
Some legend says she is still kicking in that dungeon today.
yeah, there's also Arthur from Ghouls and Ghosts. Ghosts and Goblins, or whatever. So, he's also in the game randomly. But that's it. That's... Oh, the last thing I can show off as well. Nope, not that one. I have to wait for it to catch up on Bird's side when I'm loading suspend points, actually. This is kind of a goofy thing here. So if I were to transform into Agni, Ryu's in the first slot for some reason. There's the cursor.
This is the crying girl. I should have pointed out Chung-Li.
Yeah, the pause. Yeah.
Agni, right here, everybody. This is Agni. As you can see, Agni's right here.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, actually put the cursor on him. So if I defend... Bye!
No, he's over here.
I will attack 10 times in this battle if Ryu's in the first slot.
Rob.
Yeah. And then, goodbye!
Where'd he go?
He's no longer there. So, for whatever reason, if Ryu's in the first slot, and he's transformed to Agni in this battle, he will use... let's load this up again here. He will attack 10 times, but defend makes you move back, and it will make him move back 10 times. It's very silly. Oh, I wanted to attack you, not have my wish granted. Thank you. This is my casual file as well, which was name's Rob as well. But if I transform into Agni again here, Ryu will again be able to attack 10 times. And this is where the game gets a little bit buggy. And then after this, we can transfer off and get bird set up. This is another thing I discovered, is if you were to use an item in the top slot, so huzzah, you will use up 10 items. So this is what people were using in the other one, is if Ryu's in the second slot, he'll attack 3 times, third slot, 2 times, fourth slot, 1 time. Whatever reason.
So in theory, if Shauny could get to this point as fast as the world record, he can use this to get a little bit of an edge and beat the world record.
Yeah, so I will use Cure 2. Oh no. Okay.
Something's wrong.
Yeah. And before I softlock the game, because that's the next thing after this one, first of all, that item is still there. Some HP.
I'll do the vitamin.
Yeah, exactly. Can't use it. And then the vitamin, which I always love to show off, is down here.
Pretty obvious, guys.
Yeah, please chat. Please let me know. But it gets better because...
It's what the name suggests.
Yeah.
And then make a line of vitamins, that's what's going to be on the label.
And then to soft lock the game, this slot and this slot in the item menu. For whatever reason, if you use an item there as Rob or as Ryu, it'll just straight up soft lock. And there you go. Huzzah. But I'm going to be transferred off, David. That is the Breath of Fire DJ % run and a little bit of glitches and Chun-Li. And we'll get Bird set up and I'll talk smack and talk about lore while he fishes.
More Dave smack talk coming up.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. That's a given. So let me know when we're cut off, David.